Okay. Off to a good start. So, I have a little bit of downtime waiting for some emails at work. So I figured I'd fire off that traditional draft I was talking about. I'm not 100% sure whether my roommate and or his girlfriend is still in their room next to mine. I don't think it should be a problem. Our building's made out of cement, and I've yelled a lot in here and they haven't even noticed, so but hopefully I don't wake them up while just rambling on and on about cards and how Gingerbrew should be mythic rare. Alright. Well, we've had some, with our traditional drafts in Eldraine, we've had some good improvement. I think we went like 1 win twice, and then we finally got to 2 wins last time to actually recoup some of our gems, so maybe this will be the time where we just break even and get free 4 packs. And then we can just go back again. This may be the start of the loop. Let's find out. Castle Ardenvale isn't particularly exciting, but there are a lot of good cards in this pack. I mean, Ardenvale's a fine card. Turn to Bunkin's also good. Edgelink Keeper's extremely strong. Scorching Dragonfire is also good. Excuse me. Already quality audio. But there is the Gingerbrew, so I'm going to take that, of course. No, I'm going to take the Edgelink Keeper. It's the first pick. We have the whole draft to build around it. This card is extremely powerful. Yeah, the payoff for this is much higher than any of the other cards in this pack. So, if we can get there. Following up with another green, good green, uncommon is very, very exciting. We'll take the OK Adversary here, of course. If we end up in like a, any sort of green deck, we'll be happy we have this, and we'll be happier if our opponent comes in with a green deck. Well, we take Deathless Knight. Deathless Knight lets us go into, it's kind of a weird fit with the food deck, because the food deck is not really in the market for a 4-2 with haste. But I mean, 4 is a decent power in this format, so I mean, this card is just good. Also, if we end up in just like a mono-green aggro deck, this card is quite good, especially if we have just a few like green food creators. Because in the aggressive strategies, this card is quite good if you can recur it a couple times. So we'll take that there. Running out of green. I have a few decent cards. Excuse me. So the only thing in green that we would maybe consider is like the Rosethorn Halberd, but these go late enough because only very specific decks want them. And I don't just want to commit to mono green out of hand by taking Rosethorn Halberd pick 4. I think Tomb Raider is probably the strongest card in this pack. Again, Joust is fine if you're in Knights, but it's not super impressive. Flutterfox is really good, but I want to see it on the wheel before I commit to white. Elusive Unicorn is very good. It does have synergy with Edgelink Keeper. It might be better than Tomb Raider for us, actually. Considering we have the Edgelink Keeper and green-white adventures is a good place to be. I think it's generally better than Simic, because Simic just doesn't have a very good synergistic plan, and that's really important in Eldraine. I think I'm going to take the Lonesome Unicorn here and just see if there's like an adventure deck open. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a 5th pick Edgelink Keeper. The bots do not respect the power of this card, and we will take advantage of that, and we will snap this up right away. Also, there was the Squire there, Silverflame Squire, excellent white card, especially in an adventure deck. So we'll see. I think we played, if I remember our last best of 3, I think we played Selesnya aggro as well, so maybe we'll get there, who knows. Ember Shieldbreaker is really great. But we don't have a lot of red, and there's not a lot of red that I've seen thus far. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. That 2 packs ago, there was lousy with red, but none of it was like really busted. And I think, considering we have a Golgari hybrid card, I would lean a little bit higher on the Reaper of Night. The thing about the Ember Shield Breaker is it doesn't work super well with Gruul. I mean, it's fine. It's, like, it's a good effect, but, like, you know, the Gruul deck is kind of a non-humans thing. So, I think I just heard them wake up, so I hope that that wasn't me that woke them up, and instead it was just the fact that it's 10 a.m. and they were probably getting up anyways. I'm gonna go with the Reaper of Night. We're in best of 3. This card will do some work. You know, it triggers the Edgewall Keeper. Not that the 7-man is really that interesting. Ember Shield Breaker is pretty good, but I want to try and see if we can get into this. Oh, nothing really there. I think I'll take the Youthful Knight. White did seem to be fairly open, so we'll snap that up and we'll maybe get into a green-white deck. There's a Tempting Witch. Tempting Witch is a fine, like, food card. We don't have a ton of food generation yet, though, so I don't think we have really much to do with that. Might take the Scalding Cauldron. So if we end up in black, we probably have aggressive enough stuff. Scalding Cauldron has decent synergy with the Deathless Knight. It also has decent synergy with Youthful Knight, because, you know, you can do 3 damage to a 5 toughness creature before first strike finishes it off. This would clear the way, but I don't know if we're going to play this if we're playing white. The white cards aren't very good. Tempting Witch I think is quite strong. It's just a good way to finish off a game. I think the Scalding Cauldron is probably just better, and it also helps us delay, because we're kind of straddling black and white. I'm not sure. Like a bomb in the next pack could really change it for us, and the Scalding Cauldron kind of helps us delay that decision. Probably can't delay it much longer, though, because Fairy Godmother is extremely strong and also an adventure payoff. Or, not an adventure payoff, but an adventure card. So, it does seem... Oh, man, another Tempting Witch, though. We are in best of 3. But I think I can probably get another Return to Nature before this ends, and I'm just going to take this. We're going to see what comes up for us. Insatiable Appetite is probably the best card here. Don't know if we play it. Memory Theft could be fine out of the sideboard. Is it better than Tall's Beanstalk? Both of these are basically sideboard cards. This is good if we're against like a deck that doesn't have like conditional removal, like, you know, red, like a burn deck or something. This does really well. This does really well against an adventure. Well, considering I think we're really trying to be green, I think we're going to take the Tall's Beanstalk because there's a stronger chance we play it. Eye Collector, sure. Kind of a rough pack. This is not what I was hoping to have. Oh my god, it's an Ember Cleave. Ember Cleave is so strong. There's a Savvy Hunter, though. I might have to take the Ember Cleave here. We did see some red open in pack 1. It is entirely possible that we end up with red. And we maybe abandon one of our colors. We could also take Savvy Hunter. Savvy Hunter is extremely strong as well. I'm going to take Savvy Hunter, and I think we're going to try and get into some green-black food stuff. Wildborn Preserver, an excellent green card. Happy to see it here. Happy to see it get passed. We got an Enchanted Carriage. We'll take that. Quite a strong card. Oh my god, come on. Making this so hard on me. Wandermare. Pretty good adventure payoff. But I think we're going to stay the course at this point. Well, Fierce Watchstalker is extremely good. So is Reeves Lowell. Looks like the Switch Stalker. It's extremely powerful. Winner more commander, huh? Well, looks like we got a lot of white here. Interesting. I think I'll try to make the gingerbread cabin work in our food deck. That'd be nice. Okay, we got the foreboding fruit, which is pretty good for us. Man. Okay. The late Secret Keeper. It's far too late to make that deck work, though. Alright, we want to take... We still have, the Edgewalling Keepers, so... We still want to try taking, like, Curious Pear is fine, obviously. It makes food and it's an adventure, so it does 2 synergies with our deck, which is really good. It might be Garambrit Carver. I don't want to get too heavy on the gingerbread castles. It doesn't look like we're so aggressively, like, green that we're going to be playing, like, a 11-6 split or something. Which means that the more gingerbread cabins we have, the higher risk we accrue for, like, just not having them go off and playing lands that come in tapped. Garambrit Carver is just, like, a fine card with adventure synergy, and it can save a creature from burn or help us win a combat or something. Wow, that's some good stuff. Probably gonna take the Rosethorn Acolyte here over the second Tempting Witch. We'll probably see more of these as the draft goes on. This is, ramp, decent body, fixing, everything you need, everything you want. Probably take the 2 Tree Folk. Yeah, probably take the 2 Tree Folk. Alright, there we go. See, we gotta fell the pheasant anyways. Okay, well, I'm feeling not too bad about this. This isn't like a busted deck or anything, but I think we might just have good enough cards that we can kind of muscle through. I'll probably take the Fabled Passage. It's good. Oh, but we have Lucky Clover. Sorry. Okay, never mind. Lucky Clover is obviously going to be the pick here because we've been trying to build some adventure stuff anyway. So we can use Lucky Clover. We do have access to the nut draw of using Lucky Clover on turn 2 and then turn 3. What is it? Rosethorn Acolyte to generate a mana and then being able to turn 3 Reaper of Night for discard 4. Yeah, this is obviously the pick. It's not particularly close. If it wasn't, I would probably just take Fabled Passage just for fixing, because it's nice to have value out of your lands a lot. Magic Mirror. Well, I would take it, but there's a Rosethorn Acolyte in this pack, and I think the Rosethorn Acolyte is good enough to not take that unplayable mythic that I kind of want to jank around with and construct it. So, sorry, Magic Mirror. I love you, though. Rosethorn Acolyte is going to be it. Well, Golden Egg. Golden Egg is food. How much food do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'll actually take the Golden Egg here. It's Rosethorn Acolyte is good, but this is a food. It cantrips. I'm pretty high on this card outside of the food deck, so inside the food deck, I probably gotta really give it its due. So I'll take a Lucky Egg here. Oh, spend Swordmaster? Don't have a lot of knights, so it's probably not that good. Yeah, that's what? 1. That's not gonna do. I think I'll take the Festive Funeral here. It can be an okay sideboard card if we're against like another long game matchup where we know we'll get cards into the graveyard. Although actually, Return to Nature might just be a strictly better sideboard card. There's a ton of artifacts and enchantments, and I do not have one yet. That actually might be better out of the sideboard than this is. Although, we're pretty low on like creature killing stuff. It's kind of unfortunate. Like we just don't have any kill spells. Yeah, we might need to play this out of necessity. Oh, Forever Young and Giant Skewer. Giant Skewer could wheel. I do really like this because it is like recurable food, and in the grindier decks, that's really nice. Forever Young, though, is Prevention Against Mill, which is a little more of an arena, so it's a good card anyways. I think we gotta play the Forever Young. I guess red was open. Red-black, perhaps? Don't think Roseland Album makes the deck. I mean, green-black doesn't have a ton of humans. It's got, we're about, we're kind of like half and half. Definitely this is an aggressive card. We're not too big on it. I might take Gingerbread Cabin here just in case it works out, because if it can make it work out, it'll be quite strong. That's a really late Revenge of Ravens, and we will very happily take that. It has amazing synergy with our Deathless Knight. This thing makes it just absolutely insane. Cauldron's Gift could be a good sideboard card for those really grindy matchups, or if matchups where they have a lot of removal. Take the second Forever Young. Don't know if I'll play it. Finally we got our Return to Nature, which is nice. What's our card looking like? We got a decent amount of 2-drops, but one more won't hurt. We might cut it, but we definitely have a very later game deck, so. The sideboard card. Unfortunately, that Giant Skewer didn't wheel, but to be expected. The Witch's Cottage. I don't think it's going to be it. We have a lot more green than we have any other color, so we'd also, again, this is good effect, but we have Forever Young, so it's kind of redundant. Doll's Beanstalk, again, for against Burn, it's actually like a decent card. Shame about that Witch's Skewer. That's a common that I would have liked to see wheel for, like, kind of recurable food. But we have a lot of one-time food stuff, and then Savvy Hunter is very easily destructible. Repeatable food, but all in all, I think the deck's pretty good. Yeah, I was a little worried at first there, because we were having some trouble, and it's entirely possible there was a better deck. I think, I mean, looking back, obviously, if I would have, like, got into red earlier, maybe, I think red was probably something that was there, but I wasn't really too interested in it after my first few first few picks. But then, of course, you know, open the Ember Cleave, so that was kind of sad, but Savvy Hunter is also extremely good. We don't seem to be doing too bad. We are 2 cards short. Again, kind of regrettable, but we might be main decking Festive Funeral. We are a couple cards short, which is the problem. Our main issue. Go ahead and play the Festive Funeral. Maybe we mainboard her Return to Nature. Now that we play that, we could play the second Forever Young, which is not too bad in our deck because our deck is very grindy. So this is a situation unlike, for example, a Rakdos aggro deck would not want 2 copies of Forever Young because this card is not very aggressive. One for mill prevention, and then the second one would be superfluous, but in our deck it's not terrible. We do want to grind our opponents into the dust, and this does a very good job of that. Though there are enough artifacts and enchantments in this set to possibly warrant main decking this. I think I would cut the second one for that, but I don't think I'm going to play the Return to Nature in the main board. Maybe we'll keep the Marrowleaf Rider, just a decent 2-drop. Hobart Reservoir is pretty decent. Again, like I said, half of our stuff is kind of humans, but half isn't, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to trigger this. And yeah, the Edgewalling Keeper should help us like draw through our deck really, really well, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, we don't have to trigger them too many times for that to pay off, right? This seems okay. I'm definitely feeling like red was the proper deck to be in, even without the knowledge that we had to miss Embercleave, but I'm pretty happy with this deck. I think this deck could probably grind out some games. We probably are really weak too. I think our win-loss record this time around might be really reliant on the decks we go up against, because I think that our deck is like not tight enough to like survive bad matchups, but I think it is grindy enough that if we play some slower decks that can't grind us out, we will probably beat them. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. Do I like the 2 gingerbread cabins? I don't know. Do I like the 2 gingerbread cabins? I don't think I like 2 gingerbread cabins when I have a 10-7 split. That doesn't seem very good at all. Okay. So that's that, and maybe later today, if I have some time after studying for finals, if work stays a little slow, I'll knock off early and play a couple matches. So, anyways, see ya.